This video will introduce you to the AAI drill alignment system and show you how to use it. You will first be introduced to the different components of the system, then shown how to use them, then shown what must be done to care for the system, and we will finish with a summary of the important points. This is the DAS335SP unit. This is what you will move around the surface to find the point at which you need to drill a hole. These buttons release the vacuum, allowing the unit to move freely across the surface. Releasing them will cause the unit to be held onto the surface without someone having to keep it there. Either of them can be pressed to release the vacuum. You do not have to press both of them. These lights will tell you which direction to move the unit in while locating the position of the hole. The RT1 and its transmitter head send a signal from the hole you want to drill into. The DAS335 unit looks for this signal. You might have several transmitter heads so that you can use one that fits well into the hole that you want to drill into. This is the charger base to charge the batteries in the DAS335 and RT1 units. And this is the charger's power supply, which connects via a suitable cable to your mains power socket. This is the PVP, the portable vacuum pump. It provides a vacuum to allow the DAS335 unit to be held down onto the surface for drilling. This pipe connects the pump to the DAS335 unit. This switch turns the vacuum pump on and off. This button shows you on the battery meter how much charge is left in the battery. If a red light comes on, the pump should be charged before it is used. If it is flashing, you will not be able to use the pump until it has been fully recharged. Take the RT1 and the transmitter head from the case. Place the pin of the transmitter in the underneath of the hole. The pin of the transmitter should fit well into the hole. If it is too small, the pin will be pointing off center and your hole will not be in the right place. If the pin does not fit well, you need to get a transmitter head that does fit and use that. Switch on the RT1 by pressing and holding the button until the light comes on. The light will then flash periodically to show that it is still switched on. Pick up the DAS335 unit and connect the vacuum pipe to it. Push the pipe into the connector firmly. You should not be able to pull it back out using reasonable force once it is connected. The drill bush guides the drill whilst making the hole. It should be small enough to hold the drill straight, but not so small that it is damaged by the drill. To remove the inner drill bush, remove the retaining screw and it will simply lift out. The outer bush can be removed, if required, by pushing it up firmly from underneath. Press the power button and hold it for 3 seconds until the lights come on in the startup sequence. The lights will rotate in this pattern when the unit is not able to detect a transmitter. To check the battery level, press and hold the power button for 1 second. The number of yellow lights shown indicates the remaining charge in the battery. Turn the vacuum pump on using its power switch. Push one of the buttons to release the vacuum and hold the unit firmly against the surface so that all 3 feet are touching the surface. If they are not, the unit will not be square to the surface and it will move slightly when you apply the vacuum. When the unit detects the transmitter, the lights will change and 2 of them will stay lit. These 2 show you the direction in which to move the unit. Here, we have to move the unit forward and to the right. Here, we have to move the unit backward and to the right. And here, we have to move the unit backward and to the left. When you get to the hole, all 4 lights will go green. You will probably go past the hole and then have to move back slowly to find it again. Release the buttons to apply the vacuum and the unit will hold itself against the surface. If the lights change, it means the unit was not held with all 3 feet against the surface. Press a button to release the vacuum and try again. The unit is very sensitive, and although it is not affected by small magnetic fields such as that of the Earth, it is designed to switch itself off near very large fields or other interference. If the unit keeps switching off and the battery is not empty, then you should find out what is causing the interference instead of trying to continue. You may need to get somebody else to do this. Now that the unit is held in the correct position, the transmitter head should be removed from the hole. Obviously, the unit will not show 4 green lights once you remove the transmitter head, but it doesn't matter because the unit hasn't been moved. You can then drill through the drill bush and through the skin into the hole beneath. When you have finished, remove the vacuum pipe from the unit by pressing the release flange towards the body and, while holding it there, pulling the vacuum pipe back out of the fitting. If the unit is still switched on, press the power button and hold it until the lights show the shutdown sequence and go out. Turn the vacuum pump off using its power switch. To switch off the RT1, press the button until the light stays on and then release it. Pack all the components away again as you found them. The DAS unit, RT1 and vacuum pump all have batteries that need to be charged as required. To charge the battery in the DAS unit, connect the charger base to its power supply and connect that by an appropriate cable to your mains power supply. Place the unit on the charger base as shown. The DAS charge indicator lights will show red when charging and go green when the unit is fully charged. The charger base also charges the battery in the RT1 unit. Connect them together as shown, and again the light will be red for charging and green when fully charged. To charge the vacuum pump, connect the provided charger to this socket and connect that to your mains power supply using an appropriate cable. It is necessary to periodically check the alignment of the sensors within the DAS350 units, so that if units become damaged, they can be quickly removed from service and sent for repair. The alignment checker kit allows you to do this. It contains a special version of the RT1, along with the alignment checker itself. Connect the components as shown, and switch on the RT1 as usual by pressing and holding its button until the light flashes. Take the DAS unit from the case and remove the outer drill bush by pressing firmly from underneath. Switch the unit on by pressing and holding the power button until the lights come on in the startup sequence. Move the DAS unit near to the alignment checker and move it through all 4 directions as shown to confirm that the lights indicates the correct direction all the way around. Place the DAS unit on top of the alignment checker and confirm that all 4 lights go green. The unit has now been checked and found to be functioning correctly. The lights show you which direction to go in, and either of the buttons releases the vacuum, allowing you to move it. The feet of the unit must all be touching the surface while you look for the hole. Otherwise, the movement as the vacuum pulls them down will mean you keep losing the hole after getting the 4 green lights, and will have to keep readjusting it. The transmitter head should fit well into the hole. Too loose and it won't be pointing straight along the hole's axis, and you'll drill through the skin in the wrong place. The drill bush should be small enough to correctly guide the drill, but large enough not to be damaged by it. If you run the vacuum pump battery down so far that the battery gauge shows this red flashing light, it will prevent you from using it until you have fully recharged it.